Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by, I do appreciate it. Today's beer comes from Rogue Ales. They're out in Oregon. This is their Batsquatch. And from what I've read here before they started the review, according to Beer Advocate, they're saying, for years, rumors have circled that deep in the woods on Mount St. Helens lives the fabled Batsquatch. Well, if it lived on Mount St. Helens, that thing blew the whole side of the mountain off a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago. I don't know exactly, but if he lived there, more than likely he got his ass blown to smithereens. The fabled Batsquatch, and like Sasquatch and a lot of the other things that are mysteries of the world, Loch Ness Monster and all that crap that I don't believe. So while there are many tales of Batsquatch, they are all a bit hazy on the details, which makes the truth such a juicy mystery. So what a better way to honor the elusive legend than with a hazy IPA. Perfect for camping and potentially making a new friend. Well, don't think you want Batsquatch to bite you. So anyway, this juicy cloudy IPA features intense, they say, tropical flavors and aroma. I'd be damn surprised if it does. Rogue does some okay stuff. I mean, I don't think I've been super impressed by a whole lot. They make a lot of transitional beers, in my humble, honest opinion. But they do make some decent beers, but they are usually a little more on the pricier side, which I can understand that. It takes a lot of quality ingredients to produce a really impressive beer. But some of these breweries do it all the time, every day, and they're impressive. So that all depends on what you want to produce and what you want to put out there. So let's see what this has to offer. This was sent to me by Mr. Fudge. So thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. And anything else we need to say? 6.7%. And I think they're telling me 54 IBUs on this beer. And Untappd says hazy New England style. Really? IPA featuring bold tropical hop aromas, flavors of stone fruit, orange, and tangerine with a fruity citrus rind finish. So, we shall see. So, Untappd's calling it a New England style instead of just a plain hazy IPA. I don't remember seeing New England style written on it, so that may be what somebody else is calling it. They're just calling it a hazy IPA. So I do not see that on there, guys. And this was canned on February 21st of 2019. So February, March, April, May, it's already past its 3-month shelf life, and I cannot help that. It was just sent to me a week or 2 or 3 ago, and I'm getting to them as fast as I can because Mr. Fudge sent me a ton of beers. And some of them are well past their prime, guys. But it is what it is. I have no control over that. So let's get on with this one, not let it get any older at all. We've talked about everything, IBUs, ABV, and canned on date, so let's get it open and get it into the glass and not let it age another minute. To the glass we go. Not super cloudy coming out, but it may change. It probably has settled and probably going to get a little bit of sediment or some stuff out of the bottom of the can. You can see what it is, but it is a 12-ounce can, so I am able to get the entire can into this glass. All right. Like I said, about a finger and a half on that pour. It does look like looks like a New England style. It's very cloudy, very hazy. Definitely looks like an unfiltered beer. Very nice looking beer. It is. I mean, it's a little bit darker than the bright orange juice color, but it, appearance wise, looks like it could fit into the New England style. So let's find out. Let's get it to the nose. I'm getting some pine and grapefruit. Hints of some stone fruit, maybe a little mango and oranges. Tangerines. Got a decent aroma, guys, for a beer that's over 3 months old. Smells good. So let's find out. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Mr. Fudge. Decent taste. I mean, it's not off the chain with the hop aroma or flavor, but decent. And the age may have something to do with that, guys. Like I said, I have no control over how old the beers are that are sent to me. And I don't know how long Mr. Fudge was saving these beers up to make this monster beer on our package. Kind of wish he'd have sent 2 or 3 different ones and sent them a little fresher so I could have done them a little fresher. But, like again, I have no control over that. So I just appreciate what is sent to me. May have been a little tastier fresh than what I'm getting here now, but the appearance wise looks very much like a New England stout. Right now, I would say it's not quite there, but it's cold right out of the fresh. So let me sip on this, and we'll come back and see if it changes my mind. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Been sipping on a while. Nice placing is left on the glass. Not a super impressive beer. A good transitional beer. If you want to get into a hazy IPA that doesn't have a lot of IBUs or bitterness to it, this would probably be a good one to try. And like I said earlier, these guys and a lot of other breweries, especially the ones around here, do the same thing. They make a lot of transitional beers to get your macro lager drinkers over into something that's not going to blow the palate out of their mouth. The appearance on this is very impressive. I mean, it's very hazy, very cloudy. It looks like a New England IPA, but it is not quite there. But like I said, with 54 IBUs and 6.7%. It's almost to the range where I buy go-to beers. But it doesn't, and the age may have something to do with this, but it doesn't have the hop aroma and taste. Impressive aroma, but the taste, nothing's off the chain there, guys, like a lot of the New England style beers are. If you're looking for a super hop forward smelling and tasting beer, this leaves a little bit to be desired, but it may be where they were going with this. And not having a fresh one to judge it, I have what I have in front of me. So it is what it is. So let's do the final chug on this one. I have had some impressive beers from Rogue, but I've had some crappy beers too. And I don't consider this crappy, but I don't consider it exceptional or outstanding either. Middle of the road, basically. But since it does have the canned on date, and it does have a lot of the information that you want, has the IBUs and the ABV, so it's got all 3 bits of information that we're looking for when we pick up and buy a beer, basically. So with all the information they're giving us, that goes a little bit further in my grade scale. So it ain't like they don't have a date on it, or they don't have the ABV, and the IBUs aren't that critical, but they're giving us all 3 bits of that information. So B+ for me because they're doing that. And not quite to the scale or in ABV, but I would probably purchase. It was close. Now, it would have been super hop forward and super hoppy, like a lot of New England beers are. It would probably be close enough at 6.7% that I would consider buying up if I seen it here. But being below the 7% range and not being super hoppy in the taste, not so much. So, let's jump over to Beer Advocate and see what they say. They say 3.91, also in their B+ range. And over to Untapped, they have it at 3.8. So basically, it's unanimous, guys. All me and both sites are saying it's a B+ beer. So that's where I'm going to put it. Tasty, but not to the A category, guys, in my opinion. But I do appreciate them putting all the information they are on it. And like I said, I'm judging it for what it is here. Fresher, it may be tastier. So when you get to the IPAs, guys, and double IPAs, drink them as fresh as possible. The first month is awesome. The second month, a little bit less hop. And then once you get past the third month, the hops have already started fading out. So that may be the case on this, I'm not sure. So I don't know. I don't have a fresh one to compare it to, and not had a fresh one to compare it to. So it is what it is. Mr. Fudge, thank you so much for sending it to me. If you've had the Batsquatch from Rogue Ales, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.